Okay, welcome back viewers. So I've had a lot of questions on the options that are in the game, so just a final quick once over of those options. Though we didn't have the longest look at the pit stop I was hoping for, it does take time to get into a Grand Prix of course. So let's just have a quick look. Obviously you've got your career truck, and I've chosen Williams on my 3-year career to get started. You have your agent, obviously they'll do your deals, get you into other teams. You've got the championship itself, let's just take a look at that. Of course your participation level. Race distance you want to run, all those kind of details you can set at the beginning. Very nice film-like cinematography to it all. Now we've been through a lot of the details here, obviously, the different tyres. But we'll just have another look at them again there. It tells you the condition of the tyres, how many sets of tyres you've got. Again, the intermediate tyres and wet. We haven't done too much wet running, of course. On the screen there, it tells you where you're getting on in the race. It tells you, let's see what other details. Weather conditions for the race, track info, race information.
This screen provides a detailed overview of the current track.
Research and development information. I haven't actually mucked about too much with that at the moment. Something I'm going to look at later. And then of course we've got standard settings, which I've had a little tinker with my settings, but that's generally because I do prefer a bit of a pointy car. I prefer to get it into the corners. That's part of my driving style. So we'll escape this now. Okay, so back outside now. You've got your Grand Prix mode. Obviously I was doing the Karin Chandhok race yesterday at Monza, so that's still there. You don't have to do all your races in one day. You can do them however long, whenever you like, and continue. It's a shame you can't run 2 Grand Prix seasons at the same time though. Time trial modes, obviously. I just checked out the scoreboards, actually they've all been wiped again now, so it's all fresh and clean for you guys. Time trial party. I haven't done that online yet, but it sounds like great fun, especially for tuners. They can work together to tinker with those cars and maximise them. And of course then your leaderboards as well, which obviously they've been wiped. Just a few times appearing on them now. Multiplayer, Xbox Live, so you've got quick game modes. We'll just take a look in quick game modes. Obviously create your lobby, invite your mates and then find a race. Game mode there is sprint, pole position, endurance and Grand Prix. So lots to try out there. Obviously length of the race. Custom game modes, let's take a look at this. So session scoring, track selection, race distance, car performing. Look at these. Obviously no sessions available online at the moment. I'm sure I saw an option to change the race settings. No, not that, that. Create session, there we go. So create session, race settings, so here we go. Session scoring, participation, race distance, starting grid, car assignment, weather setting, track selection. Nothing to restrict you to in-car view or anything like that, or to restrict other players I've seen so far. Let's see if there are. Rules and flags, what can we have here? Realistic or reduced, tyre wear, fuel load, car damage, car performance and collisions. And there are the assist restrictions. Oh excellent, so braking assist, ABS, that's cool. Nothing to restrict view, but at least they restrict some of the assists that are in the game there. Session settings, maximum players, so maximum 12. And you can restrict the online rank in the room as well. So that's interesting. That's it means you don't have to allow brand new people who are crashers into your room. Hopefully it'll work out like that. But getting through turn 1 still won't be that easy. And of course then you just go off and create your session. So that's the Xbox Live options there. And let's just see if there's anything else you guys need to see. My F1, driving controls, OSD, profile, audio, obviously about the speech and all those issues. OSD, which is all the information on screen. Obviously you can turn absolutely everything off if you want to. A lot of you have asked about that, and of course driving controls as well. So that's all the information there on driving controls. I don't know why it's edit setup. Wheel settings. So that's my wheel settings now, obviously, because I've changed this to force feedback options on. And of course you've got environmental effects, feedback strength and wheel weight as well. Really you notice the wheel weight when you get a puncher. You'll notice a throbbing through the wheel as it goes from side to side, and it starts to weigh, sort of thing. So punches really do have a significant impact on force feedback. Anyway, that's the options, guys. On to the next. Okay, so that's the options. Now we're going to look at a time trial of Monza. First, I run a lap with the standard downforce settings, and the car handles, really nicely. It really gets into the corners. But then what you see in this video is I turn down the downforce and the additional challenges that poses. Okay, so I've come out the pits now. I have a new low downforce setup. That's to help me down the straights, but obviously in the corners I'm going to have very low grip, and it really affects your turning, especially into the slow corners. So you'll see now as I struggle to find my grip, it looks quite easy when you see the laps, but actually I think a lot of people are going to struggle when they turn off the assists. The PC sim community will be fine, but or sim community players in general, but it is a challenge, and you will need to find your feet and push a bit harder. But obviously you don't do it without spinning a few times and finding your way around. So here's a few spins I've had just finding my way around Monza. So that's Parabolica, but turn 1 has been a big challenge as well, and I've been in and out of there, spun around the curbs, all kinds of action. Check out these. And sometimes, of course, crashes that embarrassing, a driver doesn't even want to remove their helmet. But of course, after all that strife and learning the circuit, you will eventually put a good lap together, and here is my low downforce flying lap.